Call all Yahweh Shemiah Shai Bahashim Rakah Kadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, and shalom to the brethren. Here we have some more exposure on the corruption and wickedness of the devil of the earth that the Bible speaks of, the Caucasian man, and the evil that he's performing on the earth at this current time. All right, and the scriptures spoke about a time when this man would be revealed. All right, that the end would come in after the man of sin would be exposed. Okay, the one who has the one who's done the most wickedness, destruction, killing, all right, rape, robbery, and it's being shown and proven that it's obvious who it is, all right. For example, when you look at the serial killers and these different people who've been convicted of heinous crimes, 99% of them are Caucasians, man. All right. And here we have it's been showing that all this man's systems that he's created are corrupt. All right. And they're unbiblical. They're against the scriptures. And then he has always some form of deception, right? So it's under the guise of one thing, but because he's all about fucking deception, right? And manipulation and all that shit. So he has the people thinking it's one thing, but he's using it for other nefarious purposes. It's to either weaponize or monetize something. Okay, so for example, one of those systems is the police force. All right, how fucking completely wicked and corrupt and backwards that whole system is being revealed as well. All right, how much you know what I'm saying, high level crimes are that these different police people in these different you know what I'm saying, all different branches and factions of police across the planet, mainly in these Edomite run nations. Okay, all nations are Edomite run, but the obvious majority Edomite nations, okay, the ones that they've completely permeated, like the UK, right? A lot of those other European countries, right? Denmark, Sweden, fucking Finland, all those shits over there, all right? Even Russia, fucking the US, Canada, that all these different branches of and forms of law enforcement, so to speak, are wicked as fuck, man. Okay? And nothing but corruption keeps coming out about the shit that they're responsible for. So, you know, we can go on all fucking night into and they call it conspiracy, but it's that's exactly what it was. All right, it's motherfuckers getting together under one consent to hide the wicked acts that they're doing. It's really fucking simple. All right, but to go into it, man, it's really vast. It's really deep. But this is in over there in the UK of reports revealing scale of police misconduct. All right, poor vetting, meaning they don't check these motherfuckers out before they hire them. Right, it leads to abuse, as a watchdog cites cases where officers have raped children. All right, and it goes way deeper because a lot of fucking wickedness and you know crime that you have going on in your cities and across this place are done by fucking, and even organized crime are done by fucking the police, man. That it's a organized, it was all set up as an organized fucking crime, so to speak, right? It's like a formal legal mafia, right? They say a legal gang. So they're all protected, what they call the blue bloods, into doing their dirt, all right? And they get exonerated in a lot of ways. They have immunity within each other in their circles, right? You've got all these different law enforcement agencies, all right, and they're doing all kind of a massive web strings of illegal operations, man. All right, and they're cashing the fuck out. They're murdering people. They're just doing complete fucking wickedness, man. All right. Just want to read a little bit of this and go into the scriptures because this is going to tie in as well to how corruption and wickedness and all this shit you have down here, lawlessness, right? Disorder. Those are all symptoms of the rulership, okay? When you have fucked up rulership or management of a place, that's what it results in, okay? Complete fucking chaos and lawlessness, man. Like it says in the scriptures, because iniquity shall abound. Iniquity goes into lawlessness, okay? And that's why the complete lack of regard for people is out the door. And for human life, of course. It was the Spirit of the Lord. And also we're going to get and tie into how this time that the Most High is about to bring, because he's only going to turn up the heat in the way of evils, meaning pertaining to the bad times that are on the earth. He's only going to fucking increase them. That those times and the intensity, the elevation and intensity of the hardships that come upon the earth is just going to mean for a hike, all right, in hell for women, because they're the easiest target, okay, and especially the lack of knowledge of these bitches and people out here with the soft ass fucking mentality that they have, completely docile, don't realize what the spirit of a man is in the time when pretty much the course of action, meaning what he has fucking in his mind to do, He's going to be able to carry it out without any deterrence. See, the only thing that's keeping a lot of these men and anybody from doing what the fuck they want to do is the so-called law enforcement. Okay. It says a culture of misogyny and predatory behavior fueled by poor vetting standards is prevalent in police forces across England and Wales, according to a police watchdog. And I went into it, into the scriptures about how the whole idea of a police force is wicked. Okay, we have our own law enforcement system is each and every Israelite, man. And of course you had the priesthood, all right, Loyah, the tribe of Levi, that did a lot of the enforcing of the law, and that were the authority when it came to the law and the statutes and commandments. Okay. But it talks about how that's going to be abolished in the kingdom and after Yahushua. Okay. But even in before, each and every Israelite was accountable and held with the responsibility. And it's heavy because that word means the ability to respond. They had the responsibility. And you have the ability to respond, and you have to respond to that, right? If to correct your brother when he goes off, okay, your fellow Israelite, that was the law enforcement. And then look, when we carried out the judgments, which, for example, stoning, it was carried out by pretty much the whole congregation would throw stones. Okay, at the center target. So that was, so there's not supposed to be a fucking, this whole task force, this whole shit set up, you know, like it's fashioned today. Esau's fucking, police forces and law enforcement agencies and all this bullshit. Okay. And then, so the bullet points, look what I just mentioned. The UK is facing an epidemic of violence against women and girls. You wonder why, okay? Because I just told you the increase in bad times and evils is synonymous with the hell women are going to catch. Okay? Because they're the easy fucking targets. And they're also a means for a man's release. Okay? And when the apple has been dangled in front of the motherfucking face, so to speak, right? The goddamn the juicy slab steak in front of the pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Like it has in this society, in the form of the hypersexualization of society. Look that up. It's a lot of fucking deep dives on YouTube and all over the goddamn place about that shit, man. Even starting from your kids and fucking Disney and all this shit. This was going back to the goddamn 80s and 90s, man. How much more now? The hypersexualization of society, okay? Where everything you in society and everywhere you turn is associated with that, okay? It's linked and has some sort of symbolism pertaining to it, right? That it's just gonna have these, like the brothers in the Bay say, have these men backed up out here, right? So it's gonna be bad. So when you unleash the pit off that, um, the raging pit off of the chain. It says Wednesday's report by the HM Inspectorate on like the constables, right? Constabulary, Inspectorate of Constabulary, meaning like the motherfuckers that hold probably an agency that inspects, that is like IA. It's kind of like IA, right? To audit and fucking have checks and balances on these goddamn cops, these UK cops that they call constables. Constables. It says comes more than a year after the March 2021 death of Sarah Everard, who was killed by Metropolitan Police Officer Wayne Couzens. He was jailed last year. He was last year jailed for life for the kidnapping, rape, and murder of 33-year-old. Of the 33-year-old in the case that exposed the failings of the police force. Okay. Police were criticized for neglecting to take any action after Couzens allegedly exposed himself in 2015 and was involved in another incident in 2002. The Interior Minister at the time, Peter Patel, ordered the police watchdog to investigate misogynistic and predatory behavior within the forces. Okay. In some cases, some of the most concerning cases, Wednesday's report cited police officers who had been hired without thorough checks had gone on to sexually abuse children. These are your police officers, man. All right. This is like the lowest of crimes. If not the lowest of crimes, man. All right, on a child. And then this nigga over here kidnapping and killing women. This nigga, because I did a video on that last year. The Most High is turning up the heat. That Micah 7 and 10. Okay. On that on the vintage failing. Okay. We don't need to get into the details of that nasty shit though, because you get the drift. Just know what's going down in this place, huh? That's what's just been documented and on the books, despite what is actually going on. Okay. It's a lot more rampant. Hey, they're telling you it's a fucking a massive spike in these cases that have been coming out. What about the ones that are still fucking under wraps, that haven't come to light? All right. It goes so you can go to see that how far-reaching the criminal fucking background behind these agencies, man, and this whole system. Okay. To protect their own and shit. You know what I'm saying? To completely do fucking wickedness, man, and then to enforce the wicked fucking laws of the land. All right, because that's what it's based on. The any place that any place on the planet is supposed to be ruled by the scriptures. Okay, this is in Ecclesiastes, Salakia, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Okay, so the judge, Esau, Edom, as we mentioned, all this corruption and wickedness is a symptom, are symptoms of the rulership. Okay, and we know that Esau, Edom, the wicked, Salakia, the Caucasian, which means the cave dweller, which it tells you in Obadiah that he dwells, that Esau, Edom, dwells in the clefts of the rock. Okay, what does that mean? He's a cave dweller. The clefts of the rocks are the caves. All right, and then when you go into the lineage of Esau, you have Agag and you have Amalek. Okay, we'll focus on Agag. You have Agag, who is in Esau's lineage. Okay, and what happened to Agag? Agag was later fucking reincarnated. Slakin. He came. Who came out of the line of Agag? Who was lying down from Agag? Agag lying down to? That's revealed in the Apocrypha and the Maccabees. Fucking Philip the Macedonian, man. Which is what? Which is whose father? Alexander the Greek. What was Alexander the Greek? He was a fucking Edomite, man. So it tells you without a shadow of a doubt that Esau, Edom, is the so-called fucking white man. And Esau, Edom is the devil the Bible speaks of. That's anybody who knows the scriptures knows that he was the only line is fucking the only people, the only race that would not be granted salvation or granted repentance. Okay, and he's not granting fucking the heathen nations repentance either, but they're going to be mercy's going to be granted unto them in the kingdom when they're able to go to their own lands, man, after that 1,000-year bit. But Esau shall be for stubble. He's going to be fucking wiped off the face of the universe forever. It says in the scriptures. That whole line. Okay? The fucking Caucasians. Modern day. What they're known as modern day. Alright? He's the fucking ruler of the people. And he is a sick, disgusting bastard, man. And he can't even fucking help it. All right. You have a fucking detective, mind you. This nigga was Wade Cousins. You have a police detective over here stalking, kidnapping, raping, and murdering bitches, man. Okay. The worst society has to offer. Well, I mean, that's the worst crime right there. When you look at in this modern day fucking state life as we know it, right? To take a life, but then to do it like that and all that with it, all right? Um, so are his officers. So just as this Edomite is, so are his officers, and it's heavy because that guy was a fucking Edomite, and all these guys are Edomites. But this is to go and show you that, hey, even um, Jake, and the other heathen nations that become police officers, they're of that as well. See, this scripture is talking about all the people, okay? Because it tells you, and what manner the man, the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Okay, except the ones that are that have that coverage, that have that hedge of protection over them from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because that protection is primarily not just over the flesh. Because the flesh is, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. It's against our spirit, okay? To protect our spirit from being sucked into the vortex of wickedness, man. All right. But it's all the people are corrupt and fucking wicked as a result of this man's rulership. Okay? But it's heavy that it uses the word officers. And what does this nigga call his agents, his law enforcement agents, man? He calls them fucking officers, man. Okay? And they're completely wicked. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right. So he made you think he was an angel of light when he's a dirty, filthy bastard, man. All right. This is in Romans, Lakia. This is in Romans 3 and 10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after the Most High. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. Okay? Going into that unwise ruler. All right? That unjust king. That now the inhabitants thereof have emulated this man's ways, because he creates a standard, pretty much a standard of living, a way that you're supposed to move and operate. That this is the way, you know, that this is the superior way of pretty much conducting. But it's all entrenched in corruption and wickedness, man. All right. And that's why none is doing good. There's no good out here, man. It says in the scriptures, he will set one over it that is profitable, because nothing is profitable down here, man. Anything that is sown in wickedness is of no gain. So therefore, it doesn't fucking give you anything. There's no gain. All right. It says, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And here's one of the subpoints. And the way of peace they have not known. These fucking so-called officers, law enforcement officers, are also known as the peacekeepers. Well, they're supposed to be the peacekeepers, all right? To protect and serve. That's what it was before. Before going up and trying to put motherfuckers, lock motherfuckers up and arresting motherfuckers. Their job is to serve, man. All right? People. Keep the peace. And where's peace and goodness found? In these scriptures, man. It's not being enforced by that way. Their compass, their foundation is in fucking and lies and unrighteousness. All right, the wrong way. It's the wrong way. And they have Jake fucking emulating after this way. Like it says fucking they have their father, the devil. Okay. You got Jake in fucking this man's law enforcement. Hey, they should be the Jakes in the law enforcement agencies and around America that have gone after this fucking man's way. We're supposed to be, if anything, first and foremost, come to the Most High, how Bashim Yao Shai. But when you look at what was done to us, how we came over here to America, and how we were dispersed to the different nations and lands that we were in currently, not just currently, but where our forefathers were dished out to, is what was done to us is means and justification for instantly right now for the declaration of war of our people, to declare war on the fucking so-called white man right now, man. So we, if anything, first and foremost, we know the Most High is gonna destroy this little fucking cretin. But if anything, mobilizing to declare war on this fucking piece of shit and go and spill and shed his goddamn blood. No. Okay? But it was prophesied that they would go after the way of wickedness, man. And join unto their oppressor. Okay? This is gonna get this as a tie-in to, because this man's regime, this man's structure of how he has shit set up is different systems. And one of those systems, that police force, right? It's all gonna implode on itself. And what is fucking is in direct link with that time is the destruction of women, man. Salakia, the pure oppression and return to captivity of you damn women, man. Okay? That's why you see them getting targeted, victimized. And the Most High's got a bone to pick with them, mostly. That's why he's got spirit on men to be like that, you know. A lot of these men of Yahbashim al-Shai that you hear with this spirit didn't start out like that. It's the spirit that the Most High is putting on the earth right now with all this MRA and red pill manosphere shit. You know? It's in Isaiah 32:10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, So you're not going to get swept off your feet. Captain Save-A-Ho is not going to come and rescue you. The damsel in distress narrative is going straight out the fucking window, man. Okay? It's just that vintage, which is the old way. Kind of likened it to like that old way of fucking so-called chivalry, right? And so-called fucking pedestalizing these hoes. It's gonna go straight down the goddamn drain, okay? And we see that happening. What happened to this hoe? All right, finishing off. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And that's what it's going to come to, man. All right. I love that it started off with that, because this wicked shit is going to be of the past. The people are going to rejoice, and it's going to be righteousness restored across the entire universe. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So the state of mourning can be the state of mourning that has swept across this earth can be attributed to the rulership, okay? To the rule, the wicked rule of Esau, Edom, the ones that are in authority. Who's in authority, man? And you know it. And it's coming to pass. It's coming to the forefront that it's primarily the chief tribe of Edom, Amalek. Okay, small hatters, the Mad Hatter. All right, and that's why this place is completely fucked up. And we're seeing shit spiral downward south into the abyss of destruction. All right, as prophesied by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, by the way of his prophets, man. And we're saying before, screaming those words, okay, unto the people, okay, that the Most High is only gonna turn up these evils upon this planet, man, and he's gonna turn up the fucking pressure. Okay? But it's all for the purposes of doing away with this place. Completely destroying this global Edomite regime that's run in without prudence and carelessly and wicked and in wickedness, man. Okay, and all his systems and that he has in place, all his different operations, his law enforcement agencies, all that shit is gonna be fucking put down in a glorious fashion, man. Okay, to where he and the world knows in the most significant of ways, in the most the most impactful way possible, for you to, for an eternity, remember that this was not the fucking way it was supposed to be. All right, and then he's gonna show that right way. We and the rest of mankind have yet to see what the Most High has prepared. But we have a taste, all right, and we know it's going to be founded in righteousness, man. Okay? So with that, All praises, honor, glory to Yah, Bashim Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash.